So I love to talk about client account management and project management because it does sort of overlap sometimes, which I think could, be clarified sometimes. But don't think that one goes without the other. Like definitely, there's special client account management, attributions, and people have these characteristics versus project management, where you could definitely find the queen or king of project management. Let's just break it down and kind of talk about each one, the overlaps, and how they might be different.
Welcome to the Happy Clients Podcast, brought to you by Dot and Company. Whether you're a virtual assistant, an agency owner, or a client-facing account manager, we all deal with clients. Lucky for you, client management is what we do best. Now, let's dig in, chat cam life, and have some fun along the way. Cheers to happy clients.
So we obviously talk with agency owners all day. But whenever agency owners are talking about project managers, a lot of the time they're like, I want my project manager to just be internal. I don't want them talking to clients. I want them to just be hiding behind a curtain. And then I'm like, okay, we do account management, but we also do project management. They're like, wait, your team can talk to clients and project manage at the exact same time. I'm like, yeah, how else would you keep your clients happy if you don't know where their projects are and things aren't going all over the place? So that's kind of how we look at our role as the client account manager is yes, we do project management, but we love to talk to clients.
And I'll say, even with, speaking to agencies after they've already hired Dot and Company, after they've been working with us, it's I think even to that point, they're and the project management is so good. You guys are really going in, fixing up Asana Monday, making it really effective, really efficient, and, tasking out everything. And that just goes to that brings me so much joy. I'll talk personally, just having everything organized, living in one place, tasked out, every little thing, the dream. So it just helps us be really awesome client account managers, but goes hand in hand because we do want to really excel in organization and keeping things on track. But then when a client's where are we with this? You just go into the Asana and check it out, and you know exactly where it is and you know who to go to. And yeah, I think that's definitely a secret here. We've cracked a code. They can overlap sometimes for sure.
And I think even for me, as an example, I used to work in an e-commerce agency and I was the client account manager. So I was talking to clients, I was on the meetings, I was building relationships. And then they had a project manager on the inside, and how they wanted it to work was my back was to the project manager's back and I was client facing and they were internal facing. And I just caught myself so many times just doing things because I was I just need to organize this from the meeting and make sure things are done. And I was in there following up with things and I don't know, I just felt it was not necessary in the size of an agency that it was to have both. But I think sometimes if you're a really big agency with hundreds of clients, it could make sense to have a project manager as its own role. Taking a quick pause on today's episode to talk to you about the beginning of a referral-worthy client experience. I want to introduce you to our complete onboarding package for digital marketing agencies. So this isn't your first rodeo. You know the client experience can make or break a project. Forget the blood, sweat, and tears that you and your team have poured into a project. If the client doesn't feel as important as their project, you won't land those referrals your business is banking on. But who has the time to baby their clients and promise them the results? The good news is onboarding your clients is the beginning of that referral-worthy client experience and your secret to repeat clients. And in the complete onboarding package, we're showing you how to onboard your clients like professional client account managers. That's us. So what is the complete onboarding package? It is everything you need to know about onboarding. As dedicated client account managers for some of the world's most successful digital marketing agencies, we've onboarded more clients than we can count. We've tried and tested and retested our process to get it perfect. And that is now this complete onboarding package. From the sales call to the launch, the complete onboarding package shows you how we onboarded clients into digital marketing agencies step by step, including the exact tools and templates we use with real clients. You'll get a 24 step-by-step guide, 22 in-depth video tutorials, and more than 18 tools and templates, so you can take action right away, swipe, and implement right into your agency. So if you are an agency, make sure you head over to clientaccountmanager.com/onboarding to get your hands on the complete onboarding package.
Definitely. And I think in that case, what is crucial, what is important is that those two people work together, right?
Mm,
Like they need to be besties or they need to like really communicate and make sure that things are being delivered on, that the client's projects are not only on task, but timelines and the right people. And, maybe the client's expectations. And you have to be like, yo, this needs to be turned around in a week, not 3. So those two people actually need to really work closely together, which we do see a lot actually when there is sort of those two roles just broken out. We do see a lot of course, CAMs and agency owners talking, but also like project managers. And even in that agency you were talking about, Taylor, like being really close with the person who is sort of on the project management side is really important. Having weekly meetings, having those updates so you can
mhm.
just really give that back to the client.
Yeah. And I'll say, like, as an account manager, we want to keep clients happy. Like at the end of the day, that is our goal. And if we don't know where the projects are at, we don't know what's next, we don't know what the scope looks like, we don't know any of that, how
Mhm,
can we possibly keep clients updated and happy? So, like in most agencies we see, we're both account manager and project manager, but it kind of depends, like we said earlier, depends on the size of the agency. But when we're looking at project management inside of our role as an account manager, there's some definite key things that we're doing. So we're doing onboarding, we're
mhm,
doing task management from emails, from Slack, we're facilitating client meetings, following up, updating projects, we're sending the client reports,
mhm,
we're doing all these things that oftentimes would fall into the project manager scope.
mhm. And I think on that note too is that I think a dedicated project manager is really what we're talking about because often, of course, kind of everybody's project managing, right? Putting tasks in and making sure that they're hitting the right plate, as they say. So it's really a dedicated project manager because really, when things are well oiled and people are looped in, and the client account manager has done the Loom videos and has the tutorials on how Asana or ClickUp or whatever you might be using, how that actually works, then, the team can be living in there successfully. So that's more like a dedicated project manager where we do see maybe bigger teams, more clients, a bigger agency having that dedicated person. But yeah, like having the onboarding piece really just super efficient and making that first impression and then sort of passing it over to a project manager or passing it along to the rest of the team really kicks off with a good sort of, I guess, taste in the client's mouth. But that first impression is everything. So it's always our job to make it really, really awesome.
Mhm. So I actually did a podcast with Marcel Petitpaw, who does a lot of profitability work for agencies and other agencies. And his project managers are very technical, like think project managers, certifications, and things like that.
Mhm,
We look at this role client facing first. So the client account manager, that's why we call ourselves that. And then we use project management to support it. So hopefully,
mhm.
this helps you understand kind of what we look at as an account manager versus a project manager, where that split kind of happens. Highly recommend you go listen to that podcast with Marcel.
Mhm.
We'll also link up another podcast that we did talking all about project management if this is something that you're really digging into for your agency. And of course, if we can help you with anything when it comes to hiring an account manager, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are over at dotandcompany.co, and we can definitely help you kind of identify if you need a project manager or maybe you need just a client account manager.
Cheers to happy clients.